Okay, I'm making this video to show you how you can use the Pro Power on board on an F-150 Lightning to power your house, but using a generator interlock kit on your breaker panel. I have the inlet box here. It's just this one here is a 1450 inlet box, but I'm going to show you how I have it hooked up. This one is wired normal. It's wired normal. I don't have anything disconnected. The neutral and everything is connected in here the way it's supposed to be connected. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because the Ford F-150 Lightning is GFCI protected. That means that if I hook this cord here, it has the 4 prongs for the 1450 receptacle here. If I hook this into the F-150 Lightning, because it's GFCI protected, it's not going to work. The reason why the F-150 Pro Power on board won't work is because the ground is bonded to the neutral in the truck, and the ground and neutral are bonded in my breaker panel. There can only be one bond as far as the ground to neutral bond, and it has to be broken somewhere. So on this plug that I made up here, at the end of this video, I'm going to show you how I made this plug, and it's just the ground that's disconnected on this plug. But let me say this now, I am not an electrician. This is for entertainment purposes. Just so you know, you should hire an electrician to do all your electrical needs. I'm just showing you something so that you'll know. It's just for informational purposes only. It's not an instruction video. On here, you see this cord here? I put all of that tape on here. The reason why is because this is a different kind of cord. What kind of cord it is, somebody will tell you. You should never use this cord. The reason why I'm using it is I have to convert this I think this is called a 1430 cord, female, into a 1450 cord. And so this one, I plug into the inlet box there, and this 1430, and I have an adapter on there. This is a 1450 plug here also. And I have this adapter on here so that I can actually plug the 1430 into there. The inlet box that you should use for this cord right here is a inlet box like this. The only reason why I'm using the 1430 is because that is what I have connected to my actual breaker panel. And that's the only way I can really show you how I can use the interlock kit. I'm going to show you what I mean by the neutral to ground bond on here. This is clear, so you can kind of see the wires. That's a ground there. And then to the opposite of this ground is a white wire. That's the neutral. So what I'm going to do is I have this meter here, and I have to turn it off and turn it back on and turn it to that Wi-Fi signal there. And so what I'm going to do is show you on the cord first how it's bonded at the truck. You hear the beeping? It's bonded at the truck because this is actually connected to the inlet on the truck here. So the truck is bonded. Now what I'll show you is the outlet being bonded. Okay, now I'm going to show you that the outlet is bonded. The meter is still on the Wi-Fi signal. This plug on the bottom is the neutral. The plug, that circle plug, is the ground. So if I touch this to there, you can hear that that's bonded to the neutral there. And it is bonded here at the house, inside of there. The ground and neutral are connected there. The ground and neutral are connected there. And that's why I was able to show you that they're connected. But you only need that to happen in one place. The reason being is because whatever's producing the power needs to come back to that source. So if the utility is producing power, it goes out to go do some work, turn on the light, and then it comes back here so that, you know, it has to come back to its source. If I'm using the truck, it has to come out and go power light or whatever and come back here. If there's a problem with it coming back here, the truck is going to shut down. I'm making this video to show that you can actually power your house using a Ford F-150 Lightning or a Ford F-150 Powerboost, and you just use a Pro Power on board in the rear to connect to your house. And again, it's using this generator interlock kit, same interlock kit that you would use for a gas generator. I am using this 1450 connector because the receptacle that I have outside that's connected to my breaker panel is a 1450 receptacle. So I have this 1450 connector that I'm wiring up. Of course, your F-150 connects using a 30 amp connector. But again, like I said, I have a 1450 receptacle outside that I need a connector like this. But I'm showing you this because I want to show you that I have the ground disconnected from this connector. That's actually the ground pin there. And this is the ground wire, and it is taped up. The reason why I have it taped up is because I don't want there to be a fault on the truck. I have a F-150 Lightning, and they both work the same, the Powerboost and the Lightning, the Pro Power on board. It would send a fault to the truck because it's being bonded in two different locations, which would cause the Pro Power on board to shut down. Okay, now I've connected this cord that's actually going out into the F-150 into this adapter here, and that cord is attached too. So I want to show you that the and I also have this on the Wi-Fi signal, that now if I touch that, if I touch here, and I can't do them both at the same time holding the phone, can I? I can. If I touch here and I touch here, there's nothing happening. So let me just show you. If I touch this with that. So this cord is, like I said, I have the ground off of here. So I'll see if I can do this again. One hand here, let's see. That on that, and that on that. There you go, and no beep. The reason there's no beep is because the ground is taken off inside of this housing here for the plug. Okay, the battery's gone down, you know, enough for me to turn off the power on here on the utility, and then plug up the truck. And also the sun has gone down quite a bit because I need somewhere for the power to go from the truck. And we can go ahead and hook this up and show you how it's going to work with the interlock kit. But first, let me do this for you people that have a Solark. Let me go in here and set this up. I need to go to battery setup and then charge. I did something, I don't know what I did there. Turn the generator off there and turn it on here and press OK. Let's just check that just to make sure. Charge. If I ever press charge, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's okay. Okay, go back out. Now we want to go to limiter. Now, even though I have grid sail on, there's no sun, but you would need to turn this off, grid sail, turn off grid sail, and also turn off time of use. You'd have to turn off time of use. Okay, and then press OK. Let's make sure we did that. Limiter and grid sail is off, time of use is off. Now we go to other, and then Gen connect to grid input, and press that. Okay, here we go. And press that. There you go, and press OK. And now we're ready for that's weird. I know why it's doing that, because I haven't turned the power off yet. So it thinks the generator is on there. And now it's charging the battery, which is good. So now I'm going to turn off the power, and there'll be a yellow box around here, and we'll be ready to hook up the truck. Hook up the truck to the inlet here. Okay, the truck is hooked up to the inlet, and this is still off, and this is off, and of course we got the interlock kit blocking that out, and this is off. So let's go over here and see what the difference is on the actual inverter. Should be, yeah, there's a yellow box around it. So let's go and start the truck and get started here. Right. Let's see, we'll start the truck. And it should come up with the, okay, bed outlet cover is not shed. Supply power to the bed outlet. Yes. Okay. We're good there on close. Let's go to Pro Power on board. And it's on back there. Nothing's going through right now, because remember, the actual breaker is still off. The breaker is still off on here. So, let's see. You can see the breaker still off here. Remember, that's off. And we got that hooked up. But let's look over there at the Solar 15K just to see. Make sure it's still yellow. It's still yellow. The green light is out. AC light is out. Now, all we need to do is click this breaker here. So here we go. Breaker on. Let's see what's happening. Let's see what's happening over here at the truck. I want to, you know what? No, I want to go over here to the inverter first, just to make sure. Okay, see, it's turned black. The inverter turned black instead of yellow. Nothing's coming in right now. Green light came on. So the truck shouldn't be showing anything right now. It takes a while for the system on the Solar to be able to capture this. Now, what I'm showing you now is not something you need to see. This is really for Solar 15K owners, but they would never hook this up like this, which is why I don't know why I'm showing you this. But I need to show you so that you know that I'm not just doing some tomfoolery, that I actually am using the Interlock kit to actually power my house. And it'll take a minute, but this, so you hear a clicking sound, there it is. And there's the power coming in from, oh, it's going up, isn't it? Let's see. 6,590 kilowatts, 4,090 going to the batteries, and it's still bringing in solar, but that's nothing. But now you can see that the truck is hooked up through the Interlock kit. This is plugged into the Pro Power on board, and this is plugged into my 1450 outlet here through my contraption wire there. And I have this plug on. I'm sorry, the Interlock kit, this breaker on now, and this main breaker off that goes back to the utility. Let's see what the truck is doing. I'm not seeing. Why am I not seeing this? Let's go to settings, features, Pro Power on board. Oh, I don't know what's going on there. That's different. I can't see what's actually going out to the actual features. Let's go all the way out. I don't know why it's not showing it. It's not showing it on the Pro Power on board, but it is sending power to, oh, I know what happened. It shut off. And the reason why it shut off, the level is going too high for the F-150. That's what's going on. That's why it's shutting off. You see it's on? And it's going to go off because it's going above 3600. I have to set the levels. I have to set the levels in my inverter so that it's not sending this much power. But because it's sending almost the max power on both legs, when this reaches more than 3600, it's going to shut down. So that's what it's doing. It's shutting down on my. I'm drawing too much power from the truck. That's actually what's happening. So it's actually starting and stopping and resetting, but it's actually running now. But that was the reason why we didn't see what was going on. You see, it's 6,570, and that's what's going on. Maybe because the power went down here, and I don't know, power went down here and now it's staying on. But that was what was going on. It was just going above the limit of the truck. The truck is only supposed to do 7.2 kilowatts, and if you reach more than 3600 on either leg A or leg B, then this is going to shut down. But you can, and so when you didn't see anything on here, that's because it shut down. And I think the Solar maybe recognized that it's the generator. Man, that Solar is smart. But if you were to just hook this up to your house, you wouldn't have to worry about this, because you would just turn on certain things on your house. You wouldn't turn on however much this is, 6,700 watts of power. You wouldn't turn that on. You would go over here, plug this into your inlet, and I should say this, none of these breakers are on, because this is actually going to another, but just imagine these breakers are on, and you would click one on at a time until you got to close to what the 3600 is on each one of these legs on your F-150 Pro Power on board. So yeah, you just click on breakers until you get close to this, because you don't want to go above 3600 watts. You go above 3600 on either one of these, the whole truck is going to shut down. And that is how you power your house using a Interlock kit. Power your house using the Interlock kit. This breaker, I'm sorry, is a wrong breaker. I'll tell you about that some other time, because I'm doing this just as a demonstration purpose. I'm not going to keep my house hooked up like this. I just did it for a demonstration purpose so that you can see that you can use an Interlock kit and your F-150 Pro Power on board, either a Powerboost or a Lightning. You can use either one to power your house through an inlet. And that inlet goes up through here, and then it's using this breaker. But like I said, this is not the right breaker. I think you would use a 30 amp breaker, because there's 30 amps coming from there. I got a 50 amp breaker in there, and I'll explain all that later and the inlet that you would use instead of this 1450, because if I use this 1450, I got to use this cord here. But I showed the inlet in the earlier part of this video, but that's how you would actually power your house using the F150 Pro Power on board. I have a Lightning. You can use a Powerboost or the Lightning with Pro Power on board.